Hi again, it's Ben Halpern, psychotherapist and anxiety and fear specialist, here to answer probably one of the most common questions I've ever heard. If I logically know that nothing's wrong, I actually know that I'm totally safe and healthy. I actually know that when I'm driving on the highway, the chances of me getting into an accident are very minimal. I actually know that laying in bed at night, I'm really safe in a secure place. The doors and windows are locked. I actually know that I'm safe in whichever way, shape, or form it applies in your life. So why am I still afraid? Why do I experience fear? Why do I experience panic? Why do I experience anxiety? Why do I experience stress? Why doesn't my mind deal with itself? Why doesn't my logical mind, who knows things are safe, have the capability and ability to manage and calm down my emotional mind, which seems to be totally out of whack, watching this IMAX screen thinking that terrible things are about to happen and my body's responding accordingly? Why doesn't it just listen to my logical mind? And the answer is very simple. That's because fear, anxiety, panic, and stress comes from somewhere a lot deeper than your logical mind. Now let me show it to you with this analogy. Imagine I took a road plate. A road plate is a big sheet of metal that the construction crews use at night. If they dug a hole during the day in the road, they cover it with a road plate so cars could drive over. So let's say it's about 5 foot by 10 foot thick sheet metal that can actually have a car drive over. And if I took it and I put it on the sidewalk and I said, are you comfortable to stand on that piece of metal? Everybody would say, yeah. You stand on it, you walk on it, you jump on it. I tell you, practice a long time and become a professional to stand on this, road plate. And once you practice for a long time and you're totally safe and secure like everybody else in the world, I say, okay, now I'm just going to change one component. I'm going to take this road plate. I'm going to stick it out of the 80th floor of the Empire State Building over 33rd Street into the window of the building across the street. And now I'm going to ask you to do the same thing, go up on the road plate. And most people would respond and say, nah. Why not? It's the same road plate you just practiced on. You didn't fall off one time. Everything's totally safe and secure. Why can't you just go up there and do the same thing? It's the same size plate that you've been on for the last 2 hours. And almost everybody's going to respond and say, no, I can't do it. Now, why not? So when I ask people why not, the typical response will come because maybe it's not going to be safe and sturdy. So I'll bring the same engineering team that built all the local bridges and tunnels in your area, and they're going to substantiate that it's 100% safe as every bridge out there and every overpass out there that you drive over all the time. So now, no problem. It's as safe as things that you do every single day. Why don't you stand on it now? So people will then say, maybe a wind's going to come and blow me down. So I'll bring the local meteorology team who has the best track record, and they're going to substantiate there's no wind, there's nothing out there, totally clear weather. Now you're good. Let's see if you walk across now. Still not going to do it. Why not? So people will say, maybe I'm not going to feel well. Well, we'll bring the local hospital in your area, the most prestigious hospital, the best doctors. They're going to come and check you out and say you're 100% safe. Will you walk across? And the answer is no. Why not? Even though logically it's fully substantiated, we have the engineers, we have the doctors, we have the meteorologists, you're still not walking across. Why not? It's exactly as safe as what you just did when it was laying on the floor downstairs. And the answer is because there's something deeper than logic. So even though I fully logically proved that it's totally safe and okay, there's something deeper than logic. And that's called imagination. So when you look at that sheet metal and you look down and you look at me, you say, Ben, what are those little squares down there? And I say, oh, those are buses. And what are the smaller squares? Oh, those are cars. And what are those little black dots? Those are people. And in your mind's eye, you imagine a little red dot on the floor that's you after you fell. And once that imagination's in, all logic goes out the window. So even though we have a meteorologist and we have a doctor and we have engineers, it doesn't matter. Logically, it's 100% okay and safe. But in your imagination, you're gone. And once you see that in your imagination, your heart pounds and everything gets scary. So we need to learn not how to control our logical mind, but rather how to control our imagination mind. And to learn how to do that, stay tuned, and we'll deal with that right here in these videos.